This is probably where the rotor sound's coming from. Hi, how do you do? Psych. Gotcha. Energy cell. At this point, I'm just saving them up because there's probably going to be a very nasty final boss at some point. And I'm expecting it to throw me through my paces. I can hear it still. Right here. Probably just right behind that wall, honestly. Oh, there's a hole here. I guess I know what these are for. Yep, there he is. I need a third one if I'm going to continue forward. Gotcha. This could get dangerous. Yeah, I can pull it back towards me? No, I can't. Heavy on the grids around, the boxes around here. They're limiting me a lot in what I can do with them, though. Oh, it's only a push box. Right. Well, that kind of gets me in trouble, doesn't it? I expect there to be like a chunk I haven't fully explored around here. There's a chest waiting for me back there. I haven't gone down here yet, though, where the first enemy came from. Dead end? Any strange buttons around here? They usually look like these little screws here, these bolts. Except there's like usually a diamond around it to indicate that it's like actually a button and different in some way. But spotting them is hard. There's so many bolts and screws everywhere to look through. It's very easy to start passing by them as visual noise, which is the point. Well, what purpose does this dead end serve? Uh-oh. Is that gonna come at me? I'ma die. Bye! Oh. It stopped. Well, that's important. The good news is it stops before it reaches the end of the hallway. The bad news is I'm almost certain there's a secret hidden around here in these dark hallways where some screw is secretly a button. And that'll be a real pain to get to and find in this darkness. There's definitely been evidence that that's how they tend to treat secrets in this game. When do you activate? Ah, there's the button. Go, 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 go. Oh, it was behind me. I was like, where'd it go? Whoops. This is why we quick save, everybody. Oh yeah, it's not a slow one. Newfound joy. Hey friend, Remember my last letter going on about how boring life was here? Well, you can just forget about that. We're working on a new exciting experiment led by Laura Reich. She's amazing, and I must say I've finally found my place in the tower. Won't be able to meet you at lunch anytime soon, you know, buried under all the test tubes and papers and tasks. Jane Shane, final message. Exciting new, what an exciting new experiment, was her last words. A steel sword. 52 damage. At this rate, there seems like there's a decent chance I'm just going to specialize in bludgeoning weapons anyway. It does feel like you fight way more mechanical enemies than organic ones anyway. This one has a 10-second burn. Only when you crit though, which is rare. So otherwise it's not an amazing weapon compared to this. I could bring it on. I just don't know when I'll use it. The cannon is so scary, but I don't know how likely am I to use it. I haven't even used momentum yet. I keep picking up all these new damn weapons. Running, 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 running. You're gonna die. Hooray. Your death gave me experience and healing. I beat you by not fighting you. Okay. That's not a really happy area to be in. Kind of a little trap, but hopefully I can defeat you before you... There you go. Just needed to die before it could get its attack off again. Oh. Where's my freaking next level adept set? I still have this thing. I want new Thalma. This is heavy. I want that energy regen and that tech. Even though this will give me 100 more integrity. Jeez, it's like a 30% boost to my health. But it's just not what I specialize in, and that's frustrating. I want the thing I frustrate in. I want the thing I specialize in. Well, this one gives you... Oh god, 1.5% of max integrity as bonus damage. That's, more than it used to be. Damn. That's still a... the Marauder chest piece still is relatively compelling for its bonus it gives you. But I'm going for that energy regen and stuff like that. Alright, stack up the ammo. Guardian shotgun. What shotgun am I using now? Or holding on to anyway. That's a pistol. Rifle. I thought I had a shotgun. Did I replace it with momentum? I think I did because this is a shotgun, isn't it? Yeah. This does 50% more damage than the shotgun I have right now. The momentum. But this one causes... This one has a 50% chance of knockback, 35% chance of stun. It has a 40% chance of stun. So it has a higher chance of stun, but does not have knockback. But it does 50% more damage. Huh. They're honestly both compelling. And the high damage is also a nice idea, although I kind of like the idea of holding on to the momentum just because it's got usefulness in that I can knock an enemy back. So if I'm cornered, I can potentially blast them away, which would help a lot. Really what I should do is get rid of these other weapons that are like, don't offer me anything in particular, like this pistol. And Piercer. I'm probably never going to use these, and I'm just holding on to them because they look neat or whatever. Same thing with Sting. Easy to come up with reasons to hold on to your silly... all your silly, uniques you find along the way.
The fools revolted. It began within my own team of underlings and quickly spread to the common workers. They accuse me of people disappearances, that I neglect safety and push them to the limits, in taking grave risks. Useless worms! They have no idea that some of them have already become a part of my secret experiment. One not even Marcus knows about. At the gathering, even James Kroll, the prodigy kid and loyal follower of my endeavors, questioned me. Questioned me! Laura Reich! What nerve! And then he pointed at my Fumium amplifier headset, accusing the substance of having infected me. All of a sudden, this uncontrollable primal anger took a hold of me. I lashed out at him and struck him with a discharge. The kid just collapsed to the ground with his eyes gouged out and his brain leaking out of his ears. And then I blacked out.
I just can't believe what was happening during my absence. Why would Laura do such things? At least the state the tower's in is starting to make sense now.
I'm not sure I'm fully on board with the voice direction in this game. Laura's probably the weakest link. No, that one suck-up guy that's like, I'm so special, might be actually the weakest link voice-wise, but even the main character at times you're like, huh. Like, your voice is in the right place, but like your tone for that line was weird? How could Laura do such things? How could Laura do such things? I'm just like, there's a lot of ways to take that line, and I feel like they went the flat way. Oh, there you are. I'm like, something around here is important. Here you are. We're filling in the holes. I'm wondering if there's a way to fill this hole in. Some kind of surprise button somewhere. I still haven't found a secret, right? Yep, I'm doing terribly so far. We've closed part of the tunnel. Part of the holes. Not all of them, I'm still stuck here. Were you there before, this door? Not altogether sure. No buttons on the door. Oh, our first key of the floor. Rusty again, for some reason.
This place. The main pipeline hub that brings Fumium to all other parts of the Arks. Can't believe I was once so proud of taming this stuff.
Look at this secret of the ooze room. This is great. Where's the baddie? There you are. Up here comes number 2. Oh, they attack you through the walls. Ah. That's a different problem raised by the fact that these things are at, like, shoulder height or something? Is that I, in my awkward steampunk suit, can't, like, go around them and maneuver them. But the spiders that can crawl around can actually surround me through walls and attack me through the walls, essentially. The things that function as walls for me, at least. Keeping an eye out for secrets, but definitely not finding them. And now we have, oh, there's also holes everywhere. And in addition to everything, the Fumium makes all sorts of different noises that really just makes it sound like a bunch of different monsters are around. And that constant sound of monsters makes me feel like I'm constantly in danger. Okay, this is gonna have to stop. There, I'm gonna put my back to this wall so you can only attack me from one direction. Ooh, level up. Who else is next? No one? So, 35% chance that gadgets cost no energy, 35% chance of instant reset. Yeah, we've been over this and my reasoning for wanting the no charge. There we go. Now we have 150% recharge speed, 2 extra energy regen, and plus 10 tech overall. 7% life regained whenever I get a kill, and a more than a 1 in 3 chance that when I use a tech ability, it won't cost me energy, which that I should have just significantly increased my overall effectiveness in combat for longer fights. But unfortunately, we have to deal with the RNG. We already told you. We have to deal with the RNG of the fact that, in one fight it could totally save me, and in the next fight it could totally not. What'd this switch do? Neither of these doors are changing. Well, I believe this is the switched position, so I'll just see what it is. Oh, that door over there. It's this trap door. We gonna get more spiders? Or just the one set? Yay! 120 integrity and 1.6 energy regen. Boom. And one more, so I get one more tech, 0.4 energy regen, and 40 integrity. These are all good things. Boom. Now I've got the big health boost I was hoping for. You get out of here with your nonsense. You don't even have a reason to exist. You're not even in purple. Fumium light. This is becoming laughable. We've just discovered yet another use for fumium. Light. During motion, in liquid form, it glows with this mesmerizing light blue color. I've been staring at it for days since the discovery, and I just can't get enough. Very pleasant on the eye. I have submitted a proposal to use fumium for lighting. It's already everywhere in circulation everywhere. Anyway, that would save us lots of running costs. Laura Reich was ecstatic about it. She said that the more ways that we can put fumium to work, the better. So I hope the proposal will go through. It will be so much more beautiful out here afterwards. Agatha Chursty, Fumium Research, Unit 4. First of 3 we're going to hear from her, apparently. I don't trust these pipes. Aside from the fact that it's full of fumium, which is likely the thing that led to the downfall of this entire area in our 0451 style, like, post-society story. Because that's actually interestingly how the setting of this thing works. This game works a lot like the stories of locations more akin to places like games like Prey and stuff like that, or Bioshock, where you're going to a setting that is a fallen society, and you're reading notes that are like memory logs and thoughts from the individuals that were there back when it was in progress, while sifting through the stuff that led to their downfall. So it's interesting seeing that storytelling perspective and style and setting used in a very different genre of game, because that story often comes with the genre a bit, whereas this is a tile-based dungeon crawler. But aside from the not trusting the stuff for story reasons, I'm also like, I keep second guessing their appearances, because I'm like, surely there's, because this is a new tile set that I'm not used to dealing with, there's got to be they probably found a way to sneak a secret onto it somewhere, right? It's only logical. Uh-oh. Here comes the baddies. I think I'll just stand my ground, honestly.
Right, they're crawling everywhere.
How do you do? You're dead. Ooh, he lined up for me. Thank you. Thankfully, these little guys are just really easy to defeat. I really don't have to panic about being cornered by them, and in fact, being cornered is probably the best strategy, because I'm not going to be able to outmaneuver them in this chaotic environment where they can go through walls, essentially, while I am quite limited. Rusty key. Yeah, cornering myself on purpose now is probably the best call, especially since they're unlikely to do more than 7% health damage to me in the short amount of time that it takes one of them to die in one-on-one combat. So I can just outlast them via life leech alone. Which would not be a useful strategy if I'm cornered by anything more dangerous. Probably. I think. Superior acid nozzle. Ooh. We're getting higher and higher with these things, huh? Crap. That's not how you take it off. Whoops. 750 and 750. 610, 750. So 1 second longer duration, 50% more damage per second. Everything else is the same. The duration of the effect, and the reduced ability of the enemy to heal. 30. It's 50% more damage per second, while dealing one more point of damage, 1 more second of damage also, but only costs 30% more to cast. So it seems like it's worth the change. Steel helm 60. Afflux gear makes my damage taken turn into energy. That seems like a go-to. While also being 40 integrity and attack. Yeah, there's no reason to change that now.
I'm a little worried about the current research projects we're undergoing. The Bureau is slow to analyze our output, and the documents we send out every month have still not been acknowledged or even given proper opponency. We haven't received authorization for the upcoming research schemes either. However, some teams continue to hammer away on their own initiative, and I have to curb the progress artificially. What's worse, more and more accidents are popping up around the research focused on fumium. Is it because of the failure to comply with regulations, or because of the instability the substance is becoming known for? I don't know yet, and I want answers.
I'm sure it's fine. They're just worrying about nothing. Ah, bureaucrats. This is one of the more convoluted environments we've been in so far, where I just have like no mental map at this point. I'm just constantly disoriented here. There we go. Dead. Here comes more. Anyone else? I'll take all the experience I can get. Please. Oh, we've been all over the place, haven't we? Oh, this area to the right's how I got in here, isn't it? Getting all turned around. I think the partly translucent walls and like pipe walls and bar walls everywhere add to this sense of like, where am I right now? Oh god. What's up? Hello my honey, hello my darling, hello my ragtime shotgun. Wow. That's some damage. Should really use the one that does more damage, though. Ow. Not only did that miss, but it took so long to shoot that I got hit back. Although, wow, that damage has gone down a lot. 203 damage. Jeez. Satisfying. And I'm missing. Right. Because this thing makes me miss more. Take what I can, but the buff only lasts so long. Not missing a shot so far. That's good. Only gonna get like one more shot after this though, I think, before it wears off. Well, there was a miss. That's what I get for calling that out. Holy crap, does the buff actually last longer than the cooldown? Neat. Yeah, 35-second duration buff, and it's supposed to be a 60-second cooldown, but my cooldowns are so fast now that I can actually cast it again before it wears off. Meaning you just keep that stuff up in the long term. That's interesting. So if I want that bonus melee speed and I want it up all the time, yeah, that's the same numbers, so I could just keep it up in perpetuity. Same might go for this thing too, giving me 45% resistance. Interesting. Interesting. That makes me very defensible. If I can accept not using, if I can accept not using the, what's it called, my attacks as much as a result of the increased energy cost, unfortunately. I haven't seen one of those spinny, spiky things for a while. Oh, there's a pressure plate for me to not trust. Congrats. Well, aren't you interesting? No. You can't throw it through the bars? I thought haven't I done that before? Huh. I'm also running low on bricks. You're gonna tell me you can't reach that switch through the bars. Come on, man. I know you're a video game protagonist, but come on. Alright, what kind of hell am I unleashing upon myself? Oh, a teleporter. And it's this guy? Oh. Well, this is probably a trap. Oh, look, stuff. Oops. Superior aim stabilizer. It's even better than the last one. 35, 45, 45. 40, 60, 60. So it lasts even longer. Has better precision percentages. Costs more, of course. Chromium power. Peter Olens? Hey babe, glad to hear you're doing just fine now. See? Thought you were overreacting. You know, everything was so new to you. The work, the people. We've finished replacing the whole fueling core with fumium propellants. And I have to take back what I said about it earlier. Sure, it's a little more tricky to get around fumium without compromising your health. But the damn thing outputs over 10 times more power than was ever possible with leading-edge combustion engines. This could be a game changer for the world. So, no time to meet up at the Mo? Just let me know when you have a minute so we can go grab a beer. Peter Rollins, Fueling Unit. Massacre. Great.
When I came round, back to myself, I saw it. The massacre. It seemed that within a few hours, everybody in the tower had either been eradicated or fled to the sea. But even they were doomed in the inhospitable waters of Mare Vaporum. I feel so responsible for this. I didn't really want this. But I can't control the fury that burns within me. My combat fumatons killed everybody. What happened to me? Mindlessly, as if led by something beyond me, I put the dead bodies that stayed in a more or less intact state into fumium solution tanks and ordered the fumatons to clear out the tower of any further remains.
Oh my god, woman, what did you do? Is that the devil inside you, or is it fumium?
So it seems fumium made people go completely crazy. Or at least her, specifically, and the robots. It might be that the fumium itself is sentient and that and also usable as a power source, and that this stuff has you've basically given it the power over a bunch of evil machines. You were open a second ago, weren't you? What made you close? Was it a timer? Did I go too slowly, or...? Is that the timer in the other room? Huh. Really? Do I need to not press this button somehow? Because this button seems to let that creature out. And press that wooden button, which traps me again. Weird. We've established that bricks don't work. Let's experiment. What if I just stand on this button for a while? And I just don't move? All it has to do is walk onto that wooden one, isn't it? So the moment it steps on that is when it happens. Should I be going somewhere else? The whole map so far is explored, plus or minus any secrets that might be lying in wait. Do I need to shoot it? Or should I be wondering about if there's a way to, like, pre-press this button? Hey, you. Stop that, please. There we go. Now the question is, does it spawn a new one every time, or is that the only one? Ah, you just had to kill it. Interesting. The puzzle was violence. Horrible violence. Hooray. Violence. 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 Oh, AoE flamethrower. That's a new thing to worry about. Okay. Thanks for that. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to screw off. That didn't really knock you back. Oh, that's the wrong attack. That's not even the right AoE. Okay. It's probably not the best time to have my life leech unequipped. Are any of them dying at all? Oh cool, he's dead. Oh cool, they're all dead. Okay. That could have gone better. Maybe slip that in the fourth place for now. Rusty key is mine. That was a hell of a fight to just teleport into. Nasty. This particular tile feels like some kind of trap. I'm going to be dropped into the acid baths. That's where the key goes, likely. Yep.
I need a key.
That's the one. Whenever I see a peculiar tile like this, that's when I really think there's going to be some kind of button somewhere. Just looks strange. And there's been a decent hit rate, actually, with that being the case in the past. Don't think so this time, though. Oops. Good job, me. Oh. Well, now. It would appear that we have now beaten the floor completely. Okay, but I didn't find either secret. I say beaten the floor completely because last time there was two floors that were kind of in conjunction with each other, but that floor, I left the floor before I had completed my objective there. But this time it looks like I've fully explored the floor, plus or minus the actual secrets, of course. Which means that I need to find the secrets. This might take a while. This is a very dark floor. But this is one of the candidates I think about, because there's a weird Just a weird chunk of map sticking out in that direction. Ah, can you spot it? I can see it. Oh, crap, it's not in front of me. Where was it? Here? Is this the secret? Here it is. Ooh. What? Oh my goodness, that's interesting. Switcher. Switch your position with an enemy in front of you. Costs 100 energy. That's one way to get uncornered. That's interesting. That might be something that gets some use out of this. One-handed repeater handgun. 60 damage, 50% reload chance. Has a chance of reloading right after firing. So there's a 50% chance of not having to reload for 2.5 seconds. It's not terrible. It's also just blatantly high damage compared to some of the... No, not really, actually. I don't really have a low damager anymore. Retail range. Between the 60 damage and the chance of being able to fire twice in a row, it's probably blatantly better than Musketeer Rifle at this point. Hey Jane, sorry to hear about your hardships. Hardly found a spare minute to write you back. Been doing double shifts for like... forever? No time for myself, or my dear ones. This is the second time we've had to replace the fuel pumps already. Not piece by piece, but the whole technology. First diesel instead of steam, now fumium instead of diesel. If you ask me, diesel was perfectly okay, and we could have stayed on that just fine. A few of my men got exposed to the new substance, and we had to be sent to the infirmary. Never seen burns so strange. Anyway, sorry for the rant. Sadly, I won't make it to the canteen tomorrow. Maybe next week? Peter Olens. A character never heard from again, probably because everybody died. Everyone died. Everyone died. Where am I going to look for the other one? Let's see. Huh. Really non-distinct situation. I really thought this was going to be it, but didn't come up. Instead, just one sneaky button hiding over here. So I was right to think the first one would be in the danger zone, because oftentimes when there's a hazard where you're supposed to move fast, that's often where they hide the secrets so far. This one, though, caught me by surprise. This doesn't really have the same meaning assigned to it. Alright. 54 more fumium for me. Worth the trip, I suppose. And I believe that's all the secrets here. Yeah. We're at 19 out of 29, so we must be fairly far along in the story, too. And we're back in the teleporter room and ready to go up? Somewhere new. Somewhere green, apparently.